Welcome to the Raider Talks game recap. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button down below for Raider content all season long. Nick, what a way for the Raiders to end their season.
Yes.
Dominating an AFC West opponent, a rival in the Broncos, 27-14. Raiders have won 8 in a row against the Broncos. That's 4 seasons without the Broncos beating us. And the Raiders finish off with an 8-9 record. But the most important thing, Antonio Pierce finishes off his tenure as the Raiders interim, a winning coach at 5-4.
Yeah, what a way to end off the season. And, back in November, we talked and we said he's got to have a winning record. If he wants to be a head coach of this football team, he's got to have a winning record. And after the 2 New York games, it was still winning record, playoffs or not. And, he got it today, 5-4. Culture change, everything. Offense played well. Defense played really well. What a great day to be a Raider.
Yeah, Raiders played good in all phases of the game. These are some players I really want to talk about. First one is Zamir White. 25 carries, 112 yards. Just dominating the game. And Zamir White has earned the right to be the top running back in this Raiders running back room going into the offseason.
Again, a month worth of good games. I bet you he's right there with the rushing leaders these last 4 weeks. What a hell of a month. Way to cap it off, 112 yards. This could be the future right here.
Yeah, Zeus, the guy from Georgia, the running back from Georgia. I thought high of him coming in. And I thought he just didn't get a lot of the carries because Josh Jacobs dominated last year. And then this year, they rode with Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs got hurt. Zamir White found his opportunity. And he took advantage. And with him taking advantage of these opportunities, I think he's the Raiders' top running back going into this offseason. Let's talk about some other guys. Let's talk about Jacoby Myers. What a year he's had. He had a really great game today. 3 receptions, 61 yards, a touchdown. He threw for a touchdown.
Ran for a touchdown.
Exactly. My bad.
I thought he was going to throw it.
I thought he was going to throw it too. Jacoby Myers ran for a touchdown, that little trick play. He's a versatile player, a very good player. How do you talk about Jacoby Myers and how he did this season?
He was everyone's go-to target. We had O'Connell, we had Jimmy Garoppolo, and even that game in the Bears, I think Hoyer went to him a couple of times. He was everyone's go-to target. And it was really a surprise. We were like, why are we signing him? We got Renfro. Well, he showed out. He balled out. Threw for a couple touchdowns, ran for a touchdown, and caught a whole bunch of touchdowns. Jacoby Myers had one good year this year.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers finishing his year strong. Devontae Adams, 5 receptions, 46 yards, a touchdown. He had a very strong game.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And like I said, for the season, 100 catches, over 1,000 yards, a grab. 7 touchdowns. One hell of a grab in the end zone. Devontae had one good game too.
A guy I've been wanting the Raiders to get the ball to all year long, Trey Tucker. He emerges again. 5 receptions, 39 yards. Trey Tucker is just a threat. He's a guy going into the offseason. The Raiders should look at him and be like, hey, this is a big weapon for us. We need to utilize him more next season.
Exactly. And it seemed like everything to him worked today. I think he ran for, about 10, maybe 15 yards.
Ran for 11 yards.
11 yards. Okay, so 1 carry, 11 yards. Exactly. And then, kind of a couple of, I think a 9-yard grab, a 12-yard grab, and then that deep bomb. We should be using him like this, and his stat line next year should be like this every game. Couple touches, 50 to 80 yards. He had 80 yards, but over 50, that's the way you use him.
Yeah, no Michael Mayer, but we had another tight end, Austin Hooper, who dominated the game. When Aiden O'Connell gave it to our tight ends this season, the Raiders dominated. Gave it to the tight ends today, and we did a good job. Austin Hooper, great job today.
Give it to the big boys and let them go.
Yeah, give it to them. Give it to the tight ends. Raiders are known for giving it to their tight ends. We did that today. Good job. Aiden O'Connell had a very solid game, 20 for 31, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns. Again, Aiden, not perfect, but he made enough throws to win this football game and some clutch throws and some beautiful drives. A very beautiful drive starting at the 2-yard line of our side of the field.
And he didn't make no mistakes. That's the big thing. The big thing for us in the quarterback position this year was making mistakes. And he didn't make no mistakes. I don't think he's made a mistake in a couple weeks, right? One hell of a game out of him. He did everything right. Some big-time throws. And even scoring a touchdown going into the second half. beautiful orchestrated.
Aiden O'Connell ends his Raiders season, his rookie season, at the 500 mark.
Yeah.
He's a 500 quarterback with the Raiders, the most winning quarterback for the Raiders in a long time. Aiden O'Connell does a good job and a way to finish off his season. The Raider defense, obviously, Max just goes crazy. Malcolm Kuntz went crazy also. Our defensive picks, both those guys.
Yeah.
Trayvon Merrick with the pick at the end. This Raider defense played good all year long, and they finished strong today, only giving up 14.
Yeah, exactly. Only giving up 14, getting in the quarterback's face, making some good plays. You know, I mean, I could sit here and point out the bad and say, hey, some missed tackles, some blown coverages, but at the end of the day, we won. We only gave up 14. They did their job. Shout out to Max. One hell of a year. He was always in Stidham's face. I thought at one point he could have had 7-8 sacks. That's how close he was.
Yep.
He was literally like that, close away from Stidham, and like back-to-back plays a couple times. So just one hell of a year out of this line, out of this defense. This defense did really good.
Exciting game. Good job by the defense. Patrick Graham, what a way to be that good defensive coordinator all year long. Man, it was a good improvement from this defense. It was exciting to see how explosive this Raider defense was. We'll get into more. And this week, we're going to do a season recap, Nick. Yeah. So we'll get into all of the details and everything more. But there's one question I want to leave you with right now. It's going to be hard for you to answer right now. But as of now, in your mind, what are you thinking? Antonio Pierce or Harbaugh?
We just had this conversation outside and everything. It's either one of the two. I don't see them going out of them two. If you're going to give somebody a chance, you give AP a chance. You got one guy who did the culture change, who everybody loves. Devontae's making a lot of money. Max is making a lot of money. And they love AP. But on the other side, if he really wants to be a Raider and this team's head coach, he's an X's and O's guy. He's been there. He's done that. He has a great resume. Unlike 2021 when we went from Bisaccia to McDaniels. Harbaugh has a great resume. He led the Niners to 3 NFC championships, to a Super Bowl. It's hard. I would be fine with either way. As of right now, high on excitement, high on a Raiders win. I want AP. But after looking at some things, probably after this Twitter and everything, this is going to be a hard decision.
Either way, I'm excited for both guys. Antonio Pierce, Harbaugh, they're both, guys that you're going to be excited for.
Yeah.
If they're the Raiders head coach, Antonio Pierce, the young guy, brings energy to his locker room, and you know that the players are excited about him. But Harbaugh,
exactly.
I mean, Harbaugh has that, that fire to him. He has that energy to him. He's a winner. He's a proven winner. He has been to, like you said, 3 NFC championships, a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's been in the college football playoff 2 or 3 times.
Yes, exactly.
He's going to be in the national championship tomorrow on
night.
Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me this question after Monday, and I'll tell you my answer. Let's see how Harbaugh coaches in the national championship.
And honestly, I think no matter what happens, and in the interviews of the AP and what's going on tomorrow night, we'll know exactly Tuesday morning, maybe even this coming week, but Tuesday morning, what we want and what's really going to happen.
We'll see you guys for our season recap. It's going to be fun talking about the coaching situation and some of these players that dominated all year long. It was fun seeing some of these players that flopped in our eyes, some of these players that played good. We'll talk about all that. So it's going to be fun. We'll see you guys then. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.